Hi, this is Scott Moore coming to you from my hometown of Colorado Springs with highperformancepickleballacademy.com and the Pickleball Masterclass. A lot of you all ask about spin on the ball. So in my first mini session right now, we're going to talk about spin. Essentially, there's two kinds of spin that you can put on the ball. Underspin, where the ball actually spins backwards and doesn't bounce very high, the advantage of which, i.e., is that it stays low, making your opponent bend over to hit it, often going in the net. And overspin, which is basically when the ball spins forward. The advantage to this type of spin is that it bounces further in the court. So we need to know when to use this and have discretion about when to use each type of spin. It's much more common to use an underspin, or what we call a slice shot, than it is to use overspin in pickleball, mainly because there are no strings attached. This is a paddle, not a racket, so it doesn't stay on the paddle very long. What we want to do then is to first talk about underspin. We will use underspin both on the forehand side and the backhand side. Essentially, what we do to create underspin is to try to hit under the ball and keep our paddle moving through it. A lot of people get caught going down on the ball. We call that chopping, but we are not lumberjacks. We do not want to chop down the ball because that means your timing has to be absolutely perfect. Much more difficult shot. We're actually going through the ball, more under it than just chopping down on it, so that it stays on your paddle a very long time as you pass under the ball, whether it's, again, on the forehand side or the backhand side. So when I hit it with underspin, I want to use a lot of shoulder, again, my bigger muscle, and keep it low. So I just basically go under the ball and lift up on it. So I start below it and finish above it. Again, starting below, slicing through the ball with this type of motion, kind of just coming right under it. The ball will therefore stay on my paddle a long time, giving me lots of control. Couple of keys to doing this well is to stay low. If I lift up during the swing, sometimes I will miss-hit it. So I want to stay down through the swing, get under the ball, and lift it up and over the net. This is effective whether you're at the baseline, hitting a return of serve, where you actually have to hit it a little harder, again, because it doesn't bounce as deep. You want to keep your opponent deep on the returns we talked about. Or when it's most effective, when most people use it, is during a dink. Again, keeping the ball low so that it's unattackable. And my paddle, look how open it is. When I hit it with spin, paddle's very open. It naturally lifts it up and over the net. Remember, our number one enemy that we want to avoid at all costs is the net. Great way to do that on a dink, great way to do that on a drop, and a great way to do that even on a return of serve. Although, if you're able to use topspin on a return of serve, the major advantage of that is that it will bounce deeper. Now I'm going to demonstrate the topspin shot, where we're actually coming under the ball, brushing over it, and having it move forward or spin forward so that it bounces and jumps. One key to that is to make sure and take it at the highest point when it's on the rise. If you try to hit it down here, oftentimes it's too low to get it up and over the net. So we want to take it at its highest point and literally brush up and over it, as we're almost like just brushing up through that ball, using our arm to whip it through the ball. A lot of people do this effectively with their two-handed backhand as well, where again, they're just brushing up and over it so that it jumps when it takes off. Obviously, that's effective if you can do that on a return of serve, or even a serve. When you can hit it with a little topspin, it keeps the player deeper in the court, meaning they have to travel farther to get to the non-volley zone, making it easier for you to attack them. So very effective to use on a return of serve, a serve in particular, as well as sometimes even a third shot. Can make it a little attacking third shot. And if it dips, as it does with topspin, it tends to go down, makes them hit up on it. Now, especially we use this to go cross court. We want to kind of lift it up and over the net. Very effective for a cross court shot because you can hit it soft, keep it up and down. When it bounces, it'll bounce away from your opponent. So most people hit that topspin cross court. Very effective shot. Remember, start below the ball, finish up above it, and finish strong. You got to have a really strong motion as you brush up and through and over the ball. Otherwise, other than the underspin or the slice and the topspin, the only other way you can hit the ball is kind of drive it. You get a little bit of side spin when you drive it, but it doesn't really do much action, get much action on it. Although that's an effective way to hit the ball too. And the third way would be simply to just drive through the ball, either your forehand or your backhand, not particularly trying to put any spin on it, but just hitting it firm, again, from low to high and driving it deep in the court. So those are your basics on the spin. Use them effectively. Most of the time you'll use slice, keep it low on your opponent's feet. And occasionally, though, you want to experiment a little bit with some topspin. It's a great shot. If you get a volley, you can take it low and flick it over the net once you get good with this. A little more difficult, so practice before you try it. And good luck. Would you like to take your pickleball to a whole new level, attract better partners, have more fun, and play to your maximum potential? I'm Scott Moore, #1 senior player in the world, 20+ time national champion. We've decided to create the Pickleball Masterclass, encapsulating all the principles, skills, drills, and strategies that we teach in our clinics and camps into one comprehensive video that you will be able to watch anytime, anywhere at your convenience over and over again to develop pickleball mastery that so few are able to obtain. So instead of going out to the court now and practicing and playing the same old way, treat yourself to an invaluable gift by making an investment in your pickleball. All you have to do is click the link below and we will see you on the inside.
Pickleball is crazy. It's an all-day event. You're getting dehydrated, you get tired, and I've kind of had issues with cramping all my life. I would be taking pickle juice, salt tablets, eating mustard packets. So I've just tried to manage it, but it's been really difficult until I tried Jigsaw's Electrolyte Supreme. I would actually recommend taking Electrolyte Supreme to everybody. I haven't cramped. I'm able to go out there with confidence. It's been a godsend for sure.